Hello everyone, my name is Heather and welcome back to my channel. I literally just stopped watching YouTube and the last video I just watched on YouTube is from Full Flourish, and I watched her do a full year in her bullet journal. So she showed her audience how she has evolved over the past year in her bullet journal, and I thought that was such a great idea. And my bullet journal birthday is coming up. I started doing bullet journaling on June 11th in 2016. So bullet journaling has just become this new wonderful habit of mine that I love so much. So I'm actually going to be posting this video on June 11th on my bullet journal birthday, even though I'm filming it on May 23rd. So anyway, but I'm going to show you how my bullet journaling has evolved over the past year. So I started out in a black Moleskine, I don't know which one is correct, but you know what I'm talking about, bullet journal. You start with an index. I think I ended up indexing a lot more than I actually needed to. And I got so much inspiration from Pinterest. I think this whole spread is from Pinterest. I wrote down, or I want to say swatched, but basically used all of my Staedtler Triplus fine liners to see what the colors looked like and what my mild liners looked like. And then I played around with different color combinations for like habit trackers. This is my future log, and my future log continued. I remember being obsessed with this section of my future log because I love the fall so much, and I think I was also just really looking forward to fall of 2016 because it was my last autumn on the East Coast, and I really feel like I soaked up as much of it as I possibly could. So I don't know, I do love this spread even to this day. And here we go, this is June. So I started out by doing like the month on the side like this, but as you can see, I've always done calendar spreads. Here's my first ever habit tracker. Oh my gosh, it's like so, I was like, why is it so small? But it's because it started, oh, there we go, June 9th, actually. I thought it was June 11th that my bullet journal was born, but June 9th. So I need to post this video on June 9th. So my first set of dailies, I played around with lots of different headers. I have like my school to-do lists. This is where I started playing around with time trackers, heavily inspired by Boho Berry, as so many of us are. I did a meal plan fail. And this was my first weekly spread. This I kept for a really, really long time, actually. And then a debt tracker that I never completed in here, but I do have a debt tracker in my current bullet journal. My income tracker, lovely. This was for a job that I left around October, so that's why it didn't completely get filled out. And then this is one of my favorite spreads. It's the first time I started dream journaling in my bullet journal. More dream journaling. This is the 2016 books to read. So many of these got transferred over. And this is my first chores tracker and social media tracker. I have since stopped doing a chores tracker, but it did evolve quite a bit before I stopped doing it. And then I've also stopped tracking social media. Here's where my weekly spread evolved a little bit to 2 pages. And here we're on to July. So as you can see, I did a full 2-page calendar spread. I love this memories page so much. Oh, 200 subs. That was so exciting. I was so excited when I hit 200 and 300 that month. And it was my birthday month. I had a lot of fun with it, and I love how full my habit tracker is. I was doing really well in July, apparently. My gratitude log, I think this was the first gratitude log I ever did, and I kept up with it pretty well. Chores tracker again, social media tracker. And this is a little different type of weekly spread that I think I might have tried a couple times but didn't really keep up with. And this is where my dailies started to get really smooshed together, but I don't know if I loved it, but I kind of still do that, but not nearly as smooshed. My birthday! And here I went back to just a 1-page vertical weekly spread. And here we are into August. This was another memories page that I like a lot. Another really full habit tracker. That's what I like to see. More chores and social media tracker. Another gratitude log. I like this a lot, actually. I think I Instagrammed this way back in the day. This was a 30-day minimalism challenge that I took directly from a pin on Pinterest. And I created this one myself. This is just something to inspire me to get more creative in my everyday life. This was a goals page for 17 goals I wanted to finish before 2017 started. So I feel like I did a lot of these, surprisingly. I kind of revamped, quote unquote, revamped my dailies a little bit. I'm playing around with headers again. I added in like the weather tracker like Boho Berry does and the time tracker, but it just looks nice and it looks more open and spread out. That's kind of how I like to do it a little bit now. And September, oh my gosh, I loved these leaf stickers, obviously, because I went super crazy with them. This is where I tried something different with my September tracker. It looks really busy. I don't really like it, which is why I don't do this one anymore, but it's something to try. Here's another memories page that I really, really love because it's so fallish. I love it. I love how fall it is. And this is when I tried doing a gratitude log on 1 page and I didn't really like that. It doesn't look bad. I prefer the 2-page spread. A different kind of social media tracker, another very full habit tracker. A fitness log that I did okay with. I think I did 30 days of yoga with Adrian that month and actually completed it. So that was pretty awesome. This is I think I expanded my weekly for this month, and I used it for a little while, just adding in. This is where I stopped doing a monthly chores tracker and started doing like a monthly chores, weekly chores, and like daily chores. And this is where I started doing my skincare log. I really need to bring this back. I think I stopped doing it in November maybe when life was getting really crazy, but I do need to bring this back because it's very interesting to track my skin. And this is probably my favorite spread I have ever done. And it's just all of the things that I love about autumn, that I look forward to when autumn comes around. And I just wanted to take advantage of my last autumn on the East Coast. And I feel like I succeeded. I love this page. I'm obsessed with it. And here we are in October. So another calendar spread like I normally do. A sort of different type of page of just goals and chores and stuff like that. And then a memories page that is definitely bittersweet because I do love October, but it is the month that we lost our dog Missy, and I absolutely love this drawing of her eye so much. It makes me sad to look at, but I remember I loved her eyes so much. And a gratitude log that I didn't complete because that was around the time that we lost Missy. And here's November. So this is where I think I was getting a little bit overwhelmed with everything. So I put right here, simplify. I tried to keep the colors really simple and just everything really simple. For some reason, I was feeling very overwhelmed that month. We have obviously the month of the election. This is when we found out that we were moving back to California, and I got into a play with my husband. That was really fun. You can see I tracked a lot less, and I kept it in black and gray in the habit tracker. Here's a slightly different weekly tracker. I had a master task list. You can see I'm keeping my dailies a lot more simple. what I plan to do for my new bullet journal. Started adding some pictures from magazines. All right, and then that is it for this bullet journal. The rest of it I used to plan for a novel idea, that not like a novel idea, like a new idea, but like an idea for a novel. So I used the rest of the page to kind of map that out. So that's the end of this first bullet journal. So it took me from June 9th, 2016 to November, the end of November of 2016. I remember hoping that I could fit December in that last bullet journal, but I couldn't. So anyway, this is the bullet journal collaboration, the official bullet journal collaboration with Leuchtturm. So this is my current bullet journal. I don't know if it'll last me for June and July, or if I should just end it in June. Maybe you guys could kind of let me know. I'll flip through what pages I have left at the very end. But anyway, so here we go. We have our index. I just updated my index. I haven't been keeping up with that super well. This is just a scrapbook piece of paper, one of those like cardstocks with like a marble pattern. And I have everyone's birthdays. I didn't think my bullet journal would last me more than 6 months. So you can see everything ends in May, but I might be able to fit like another month or two in this bullet journal. So here's my future log. As you can see, it ends in May. But May is almost over and I'll have more room. And then here's my level 10 life. So I recently boosted my score for some of these actually. So that was kind of interesting to go back after a few months. I do have a video entirely about my level 10 life spread. Here is my to be read list. Here is a debt payoff tracker and a savings tracker. Those were YouTube ideas. Here's a wish list that I thought would be a lot bigger by now, but ever since kind of accepting minimalism into my life, I've been wanting a lot less. So I don't desire nearly as much as I used to. And so here's the first monthly. So like I said, I started with December. This is one of my favorite memories pages. I loved December. I soaked up as much festivity as I possibly could. I had so much fun. So for a while I was doing 2 weeks for my weeklies. I just didn't want to do it every week, so I did it every 2 weeks. Kept up with my skincare tracker. I added a little TV show tracker in here. I was watching some shows on Netflix that I haven't quite finished yet. I don't know if I'm going to, but was tracking that. I had a quotes page that I haven't really been updating. I kind of forgot it was there, to be honest. Dang, this is a super festive weekly spread because I think this is the one that contains Christmas. And this has a lot of stickers on it. Holy crap. I just wanted to use up my stickers, I remember. So at every single place that had a free spot, I just put a sticker. Looks a little tacky, but I still like it. And here we are in January. So I wasn't really as much in a doodly mood, so I mostly did words for my memories page. I love that I put all these like snowflakes, thinking that that's when it would start snowing, but we did not get very much snow this winter in Maryland. This is another one of my favorite spreads. It's been really, really practical. I decided to, ever since looks like December 30th, I started tracking every single purchase I would make on a beauty product, just to see after, I don't know, 6 months to a year, however long this lasts, how much money I've spent on beauty products. My dailies are really simple here. My weekly, I put it on just one page. And here we are in February. So obviously February contains Valentine's Day, so this is gonna have quite a big heart theme going. And this is where I started to fall off of the memories page inspiration. I didn't quite feel nearly as much like doodling. I didn't even finish tracking everything towards the end of the month. I don't really know what was going on with me. I had started a self-care tracker like Boho Berry does. But yeah, you see like the last week, I kind of just fell off. I was trying to do NaNoWriMo, but that didn't quite work out for me. Looks like this is where I started adding in moon phases. Boho Berry does that too. I think it's kind of cool. I like the aesthetic. And this is also where I mapped out what my perfect morning and my perfect evening would look like. And I have it tabbed because I actually flip back to it quite a lot. Yep, obviously was absent from my bullet journal towards the end of the month. And here we have March. So March contains St. Patty's Day, so I have a bunch of shamrock stickers. I set up a March Doodles page, and like I said, I was just not in the doodly type of mood for a while. Started doing a self-care tracker on a weekly basis, and I kind of kept that up for a little while. Obviously, this is when I got my Tombow dual brush pens. I've got some Project Pan trackers in here. And we are in the month of April. This is a month that you have not seen yet besides when I set it up, because I was so absent that month, and now you're about to see how embarrassingly empty it is. So I decided to forego a calendar spread for this month, for April, and I filled it out. I mean, I put the stuff that I was doing, but I didn't really come back to it very often. I wanted to read 4 books. I didn't read one. I wanted to finish decluttering, which I didn't in April, but I mean, we did this month in May. It was my husband's birthday month, and I did some of the things that I wanted to do for him. And it was also the month of Camp NaNoWriMo, so you'll see how I did with that on that page. I didn't even do even half a month in my gratitude log, that's just the worst I've ever done with that spread. This was my exercise and water tracker. As you can see, it's mostly empty. And for Camp NaNoWriMo, I was doing so well for 9 days, and then for like 2 days I stepped away from it, and then I lost it. Which is so disappointing. I need to go back to that. So I decided to do weeklies and dailies combined. So this was a different type of weekly spread, which I do really like. And maybe I need to come back to it, but I don't know. This was a weekly spread that somehow made me not go back to my bullet journal for like all of April. So it started out really well. I had my self-care tracker, but you can see like I wasn't crossing things off. I had all of this planned out. Look, it was week 2 and I didn't even fill out my self-care tracker. Everything is planned out perfectly, but I didn't even reference it at all. Look at that. That's horrible. That's it. That's April. Like, I think the problem was that I pre-planned way too much and then just thought that I didn't even need to look at my bullet journal. So, and you might remember this from my May plan with me, because I totally messed up and I just got frustrated and I crossed it out and started over. So I did post my my May flip through and my June plan with me, so I'm going to go through this pretty quickly because you may have already seen it. Obviously, I am filming this way before June because none of this is filled out yet, but I'm hoping that by now, June 9th, everything's filled out to the 9th. All right, and that is it for everything that I have so far. Because I haven't really been doing weeklies, I just don't know how busy I'm gonna be in June. So this is all I have left. So from page 177 to 238 is all I have left. And I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna try and fit June and July in here, just based on April and May. I really wasn't tracking a whole lot of stuff. I wasn't doing a ton of spreads. So I think we'll see by the end of June how much, I guess how much I use up in June, and then maybe I'll be able to fit July in here too, and then that'll be the end of this bullet journal. I do have the Emerald official bullet journal just lying in wait to be used, so that might start in July. It might start in August, we'll see. So anyway, that is a year in my bullet journal. So I've only had 2, as you can see, and I've just loved bullet journaling so much. Also, as a side note, I have used 2 different brands of bullet journals or of notebooks, and I do have a video comparing these 2 if you are interested. It is in my bullet journal playlist, which I'll link down below. So anyway, that is it for this video. Happy bullet journal birthday, bullet journals. I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more bullet journal videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.